Hello and welcome. Today is the 21st of January 2024 and I'm giving you the answer key for the CDP paper. This is code N and I'm giving you the answers as I think the answers should be, since the answer key will come out in only 15-20 days. But I am 100% sure of the answers that I am giving. Still, it's better to give the caveat upfront. Let's dig in. So this is paper with code N. Let's see the questions. A teacher notices that one of her students is highly distractible and has trouble paying attention during class. Which of the following strategies would be an effective strategy? Strictly telling the student, you can't tell a student to increase attention span. Giving a timer, so timers really won't help. Calling the parents, we don't do this. So giving the students repeated tasks to do during the class would be a good strategy, because the child will keep repeatedly do the task and get better and better at it. Second is from Piaget. Piaget believed that knowledge is innate rather than, so he did not believe in innate knowledge. It is constructed with through interactions, definitely, but more knowledgeable others. This is a Vygotsky's theory. Visible behavioral change, so it's not a behaviorist theory, constructed by the child rather than being passively passed on. So this is what Piaget believed in. According to Piaget, so the second question from Piaget, the ability to use symbols for symbols such as letting the letter X stand for an unknown number. When does this develop? So this, when we say let X equal to the number of children in the class, all that will happen during the formal operational stage. So these two get cancelled, and it helps them to learn. So it will help them to learn algebra and calculus. So conservation and seriation happens during the concrete operational stage. So the correct answer would be formal operational stage and then algebra and calculus. Assertion and reason, learning from real life problems and concrete experiences gives children multiple pathways for learning and retrieving. So this is true. Development is relatively orderly and sequential. This is also true. So both these statements are true, but development is orderly and sequential, leading them to learn from real life problems and retrieving information. They are not related. So R is not the correct expression. Both the statements are true, but R is not the correct explanation of A. Question 5. Which of the following best describes the role of the teacher in a progressive education? So in progressive classroom, teacher provides diverse materials for children to experiment and provide scaffolding. This should be the correct answer. Teachers ensuring strict adherence, no. Teacher lets the students learn independently and does not interfere. So this does not interfere is not what the teacher does. The teacher is there as a facilitator. Teacher is the primary source of information. So no, the first is the correct answer. Which of the following characterizes the process of socialization? It is a linear process. So no, socialization is not a linear process. It is complex, yes. It is multidimensional, yes. It takes place uniquely in different cultures. So in different cultures, yes, since socialization is dependent on the culture, so this will also be true. So B, C, D is the correct answer. Which of the following does not exemplify, so not an example of inclusive? Allows accommodation, yes. Offers differentiated instructions, yes. Encourages competitions, no. So 3 will be the correct answer. In an inclusive classroom, we do not look at competition at all. Another assertion and reason, there is no objectively definable moment when a child enters middle childhood or adolescent. That is true. You cannot definitely say, okay, this is middle childhood. It's a period. Development is continuous in nature. This is true. And because development is continuous in nature, both A and R are true, and R is the correct explanation of A. In which stage of Kohlberg's moral development children's reasoning revolve around ethics of the law? So this is your law and order, conventional morality. According to Vygotsky, what is the role of the teacher in facilitating cognitive development? So allow students to learn completely independently? No. Can do give only those tasks which they can do currently independently? No. Provide information and knowledge. So to guide and support the students learning through scaffolding is what is the role of the teacher. Teachers should constantly reflect on their own stereotypes and biases. Absolutely true. Culturally responsive teaching means that teachers are reflective. True. So both the statements are true and R is the correct explanation of A. Question 12. Which of the following statements about adolescence is not correct? So we have to find the one which is not correct. Adolescence is generally considered to begin with puberty. Yes, which leads to sexual maturity. So this is true. Adolescence is developmental transition between childhood and adulthood, entailing physical, cognitive, and psychosocial changes. This is true. Children across different cultures usher in an experience in a similar manner. So this is not true. So therefore, it will be the correct answer. And adolescence is also a social construction. So just like childhood is a social construct, so is adolescence. But similar manner, everybody experiencing it, or that is not true. So that is the correct answer for us. Question 13. The central argument of Carol Gilligan's critique: moral overestimation, no. Experimental design, no. It was a case study anyway. Educational implication, no. And ethics, so yeah, feminist perspective and ethics of care. When you look at this will be the correct answer. 14. Assertion: students are more likely to do well and stay in school if they have emotional attachment to their school and believe that they matter. This is very true because emotions play a significant role in learning. This is also true. So both A and R are true, and R is the correct explanation of A. Which of the following is a core principle of constructivist learning theory? Learning occurs when students receive correct answer and feedback. No, this is not constructivist. Students construct their own knowledge through an active engagement. So this should be the answer. Learning is primarily a passive process. No, teachers should provide direct instructions. No. So students construct their own knowledge through active engagement with the environment. This is the correct answer. Sujata participates eagerly in a dance competition only because she is interested in winning the first prize. So this is extrinsic motivation. A middle school teacher wants to enable meaningful learning by helping students make connections between concepts and real world application. Which of the following activities would be an appropriate pedagogical strategy? So completing worksheets with multiple choice questions, no. Let the students learn by stimulus response, that's behaviorism. Let the students research on current topics, this should be the correct one. Memorize, no. So let the students research on current issues in small groups and present their findings to the class. Question 18, work in progress portfolios. So these are your whatever is happening. They are an effective tool for formative assessment because so they involve the students, which is all assessments do. They offer insights about the progress, yes. They focus mainly in the presentation, or no, they don't do this. They offer tangible evidence, yes. So A, B and D will be the correct answer. Question 19, in order to address the individual difference among learners, a teacher should so be indifferent, no. Consider differences as obvious features, yes. Implement a rigid and uniform, so we don't want this. Acknowledges differences as abnormal, no. So considers differences as obvious features of human diversity is how a teacher should behave. Question 20, according to Vygotsky, children benefit from the experiences of interacting with, so this will be more knowledgeable others. There are two more knowledgeable others while working within. So they have to work within their zone of proximal development. So they are interacting with the more knowledgeable others within their zone of proximal development. 21, Alok shows the following behavior. He holds head in an awkward position while reading. He is squinting. rubbing the eye, redness swollen of the eyes. He's confusing letters. So what is the symptoms of? So he is having visual problems. He must be having his eyes must be going bad. So this is not autism. And communication disorder, no. And language comprehension, we're just talking about physically. His eyes are going bad. He needs to be sent to a doctor. Asking critical questions such as how much and in what ways are various genders represented in textbook and media. So such kind of a critical question, what would it do? So it would help us to question gender stereotypes. It will not discourage gender role flexibility, not reinforce gender identity, neither strengthen gender constancy. In a progressive classroom, assessment is, so it is dynamic. It is not objective. We are not putting norms. Norms is when you compare your students, and it is not always, it is not summative. In fact, it is more formative. 24, which of the following is an example that requires analysis? So one is, what is the theme? Who is the protagonist? What is the plot? So analysis will require them to think. So how does the author use symbolism in To Kill a Mockingbird would be an analysis question. The others would just be remembering questions. 25, assertion, the less able a child is to do a task, the more directions the teacher should give. True. And as the child can do more and more, teacher should help less and less. True. This is correct. Intelligence cannot be accurately measured by calculating IQ. This is also true. So both the statements are true, but it has nothing to do with each other. So both A and R are true, and R is not the correct explanation of A. 26, which of the following describes a mastery goal orientation? So mastery goal orientation is when you want to intrinsically learn. So focus on improving one's skill and understanding. This should be the answer. Achieving on a high grade, no. External marks, no. Avoiding failure or punishment, no. Achieving a certain level of performance for competing, so no. So the first one, that is focus on improving one's skill and understanding, that will be the correct answer. Question 27, which of the following process is essential in meaning making? Of the information received from environment and store it further in memory. So decay, no. Forgetting, no. So attention is the most important. If as long as we have attended to what we have learned, we will be able to make meaning, and we will be able to store it for future. 28, in an inclusive classroom, adaptations should be made in learning goals. Yes. Pedagogical strategies as well as assessment. This is correct. The philosophy of inclusion advocates elimination of all. So this is a tag word. So this is false. So A is true, R is false. 29, dyslexia is a neurological. So, oh, and there's only one with neurological. There has to be the answer, which impacts learners' ability to link sounds with symbols. So that's it's not a physiological, sensory, or emotional condition at all. It's a neurological condition. So that's the answer, correct answer. And the last question, an elementary school teacher can strongly influence students' development of academic self-concept by, so punishing autonomy, no. Rewarding autonomy, yes. And initiative, so this should be the answer. Keeping very low expectations, no. Keeping very low expectation from all students, okay. So rewarding autonomy and initiative in students will be the correct answer. So I hope you can score yourself. You can put your score in the comments below. Thanks for watching.